In the annals of history, few tales have captured the human imagination quite like that of the lost city of Atlantis. This legendary island kingdom, swallowed by the sea according to Plato, serves as an enduring symbol of pride, hubris, and the impermanence of earthly glory. But have you ever wondered why Plato created this myth in the first place? What inspired him to pen the tale of a civilization so advanced it threatened the very existence of the known world? Join us as we delve into the depths of Plato's thought and explore the fascinating account of Atlantis, a timeless legend whose origins may surprise you. To truly understand why Plato created the Atlantis myth, we must first journey to the heart of his philosophical dialogues, specifically the 360th to 362nd BCE, where he weaves the tale of Atlantis in Timaeus and Critias. In these dialogues, an account is given of a visit by the Athenian statesman Solon to the Egyptian priests in the city of Sais. The priests shared with Solon an account of the past, beginning around 9,000 years before his time. According to their narrative, there existed an island in the Atlantic Ocean, which Plato would later name Atlantis. This island was situated in the Western Ocean, not far from the Strait of Gibraltar, where the Atlas Mountains still stand as silent witnesses to the passage of time. But it was no ordinary island. It was inhabited by a race of men who had reached a level of societal advancement and military prowess that posed a serious threat to the known world at that time. This powerful nation, however, would eventually be brought down by its own arrogance and ultimately swallowed by the sea. Plato describes Atlantis as having a circular shape, much like the disk of the moon, with a diameter of roughly 10,000 stadia, an ancient unit of measurement equivalent to about 185 miles. Imagine standing at the edge of this colossal island, the vast ocean stretching out before you as far as the eye can see. And yet, despite its grand scale, Atlantis was even more remarkable for its people and their achievements. They were renowned for their advanced civilization, their highly developed culture, and their unmatched military strength. Their society boasted a sophisticated system of government, impressive architecture, and a thriving economy. Their military, equipped with state-of-the-art weapons and manned by fearless warriors, was the envy of all other nations. They possessed triremes, formidable warships powered by 3 banks of oars, each capable of carrying up to 170 men, including the crew and soldiers. Such a fleet would have been a terrifying sight to behold as it cut through the waves, carrying an entire army to distant shores. The Atlanteans were not merely skilled sailors and warriors. They were also gifted engineers and architects. They constructed magnificent temples and palaces adorned with intricate works of art and sculpture. Their buildings stood as testaments to their ingenuity and their sense of aesthetics. Moreover, they possessed advanced technology for their time, including devices such as catapults and other siege engines that could hurl objects over great distances with deadly accuracy. These technological marvels gave them a distinct advantage in warfare, allowing them to attack their enemies from afar and defend themselves against incoming assaults. Despite their many strengths, however, the Atlanteans were ultimately undone by their own hubris and insatiable appetites. Their empire, once vast and prosperous, crumbled under the weight of its own excesses. As the Atlanteans grew in wealth and power, they became increasingly greedy and warlike. Their thirst for conquest led them to wage countless wars against neighboring nations, seeking to expand their empire and dominate all who opposed them. However, their military campaigns proved to be their undoing, for they ventured too far and provoked the gods. According to Plato, the Atlanteans' hubris did not go unnoticed. The gods, angered by their arrogance and aggression, unleashed a series of devastating earthquakes and floods upon the island. These natural disasters, intended as a punishment for the Atlantean sins, transformed the landscape of the island forever. In a final act of divine retribution, the sea itself rose up and engulfed the land, turning the once proud empire into a watery grave. With the fall of Atlantis, an entire civilization was wiped from the face of the earth. Its people, both warriors and commoners alike, perished beneath the waves, taking with them their advanced culture and the secrets of their remarkable society. Only the memory of their greatness remained, passed down through oral tradition and later committed to writing by Plato. But why did Plato invent this captivating myth? To answer this question, we must look beyond the literal tale of Atlantis and consider the deeper philosophical and political implications embedded within Plato's words. Many scholars believe that Atlantis served as an allegory, a fictional representation of a real historical event or a warning about the dangers of unchecked power and the consequences of societal decline. One prominent theory suggests that Plato's Atlantis was inspired by the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete. The Minoans, known for their advanced culture and maritime prowess, reached the peak of their power around the same time period described by Plato for the Atlanteans. However, their empire, like Atlantis, eventually collapsed due to internal strife and external pressures. The destruction of the Minoan civilization, possibly through a volcanic eruption or a series of earthquakes, could have provided the historical basis for Plato's mythical account. Another compelling interpretation views Atlantis as an allegory for Athens during its imperial phase. Plato, a staunch supporter of the Athenian democracy, may have used the Atlantis myth to warn his fellow citizens about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of maintaining balance in their political system. The rise and fall of Atlantis mirrored the rise and potential decline of Athens, reminding the Athenians of their own mortality and the need to temper their pursuit of power with wisdom and restraint. Furthermore, the Atlanteans' location in the Atlantic Ocean, far from the familiar waters of the Aegean Sea, emphasizes the universality of Plato's message. By placing Atlantis beyond the known world, Plato invites readers to contemplate the timeless nature of his allegory, urging them to recognize the cyclical patterns of human history and the eternal struggle between hubris and humility. However, the idea that Atlantis is merely an allegory detracts from the rich symbolism and captivating narrative woven by Plato in his dialogues. To appreciate fully the genius of Plato's work, we must also consider the possibility that he intended Atlantis to be taken literally as a historical account. If we adopt this perspective, then the tale becomes a cautionary one, a warning about the destructive power of greed, war, and hubris. The Atlanteans' lust for power and their willingness to wage endless wars against their neighbors serve as a reminder of the folly of unbridled ambition. Their punishment, the destruction of their empire and the drowning of their cities, stands as a testament to the wrath of the gods and the inevitability of divine retribution. Moreover, the story of Atlantis offers a profound meditation on the impermanence of earthly glory. No matter how powerful or wealthy a civilization may be, it is ultimately subject to the whims of fate and the passage of time. The grandeur of Atlantis, once a source of pride and admiration, becomes its downfall, leading to its utter annihilation and leaving only ruins and legend in its wake. Through the tale of Atlantis, Plato explores the complexities of human nature, the allure of power, and the fragility of civilization. Whether viewed as an allegory or a historical account, the myth continues to resonate with readers today, prompting us to examine our own societies and the dangers of unchecked ambition and the timeless appeal of Plato's work lies in its ability to transcend the boundaries of time and speak to the universal human experiences of power, greed, and the inevitability of change. As we reflect on the story of Atlantis, let us remember the lessons it offers and strive to create a better future free from the mistakes of the past. The enigmatic tale of Atlantis, with its themes of power, hubris, and the impermanence of glory, will continue to captivate and inspire awe in readers for generations to come. Whether we view it as a cautionary tale or a symbol of humanity as potential for greatness and destruction, one thing is certain: the legend of Atlantis will endure. Thank you for joining us on this journey to the lost city of Atlantis. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe for more exciting adventures. Until next time, keep exploring the world around you and the boundless wonders of human imagination.